Well, let me tell you something, Nostalgia. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Detroit Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, Nostalgia, and P-Dubs run wild on you? Super GameRoom Dudes, what time is it?
I love
Game
the
time!
Rock.
Hoop! I forgot to hit the button.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
What up, YouTube? It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super GameRoom Dudes. Let's get it started!
Oh, yeah!
Super GameRoom Dudes, assemble! Are we here? Is everybody here? We got Detroit Love. What's up, Detroit Love?
What up, everybody?
We got Michael B. the Game Genie. How you doing? You got the largest arms in professional broadcasting. And then we got who did I forget? Oh yeah, Nostalgia. What's up, man?
What's going on?
I always tease Nostalgia. We tease each other off air. We have you ever have that friend who you have that sarcastic relationship with? That's definitely me and Nostalgia. We definitely give each other crap all the time, and you know, sometimes I think he thinks I'm serious, but I'm not. You know what I mean?
I see. He thinks that I think he's serious, but I want him to think.
So you know that I know that you know that Detroit Love did it. It's all his fault.
It's some serious Inception stuff.
And speaking of Detroit Love, we got to kick off the show while people are joining. Let's talk about these marquees from your Pac-Man Countercade. So I released a video this week, and this wasn't planned. This is just coincidence. I released a video this week for this ability, my good buddy Angel Otero, on his light up marquee for the Miss Pac-Man, the pink QVC Countercade cabinet. Now, what's really cool about that cabinet is it's designed and engineered the same way as like all the Arcade1Up cabinets we've seen in the past. So it's so easy to add Angel's light up marquee with just a sequence of Y splitters and a wiring harness. However, Detroit Love, apparently, excuse me, the yellow trim Pac-Man Countercade cabinet, inside of there is a hot mess, baby. And I'm going to share my screen here. What is going on with this? What is this hot mess? Can you kind of like walk everyone through what you did? And guys, make sure you check out the video on Detroit Love's channel and hit that subscribe button.
Well, I have a video that I did previously when it first came called the new Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man is a nightmare for modders, because they changed. It's a totally different PCB. I knew for the people that make the third-party things, there'll be a challenge. And with Angel, it definitely was a challenge because one, you got two different machines. You got to have yellow, you got to have pink. They mix it up with that, but not only that, they're totally different. So this thing was he had some work on his hand to get this to work, and he did a great job with it, splitting it off the PCB. It turned out really good. Now, I had some people talking about, it's people with, what's the personality where they nitpick every damn thing. What is that?
Nitpicky.
Type A personalities.
Type A.
But Angel did a fantastic job to get this thing work, because you try to do this any other way, that light was not going to go off with the switch. And he was looking at maybe putting a remote in there. I was like, no, people aren't gonna like that. And so he came through with it, man. So it turns out incredible. It's a nice job. But I think this one is much simpler, because all of the buttons, the cores plug right into the bottom of it, versus the old style where you have to take off that plate and get the plugging things in, right? Well, no, yours is actually under the control panel, right? All of these things, and then you have that ribbon cable that goes up to the PCB. This one here, all of the cables come from the control panel and go straight into the PCB, and so it's a much cleaner, much nicer. But I'm not sure why they decided to change this one.
So I got a
will we have these on the future cabinets?
Yeah, that was my question. I was hoping someone in our audience could let us know. Any of the new fall cabinets that have just arrived? Your like, I think the Pac-Man cocktail tables are arriving. What else is arriving?
What's the orange one? What's the
Sega
X?
cabinet? Golden X. Guys, does the inside look like this now? With, instead of like a nice ribbon cable, do we have a hodgepodge of wires now? Is this what we see? I haven't ordered any of the fall lineups, so I don't know. Guys, let me know in the chat if that's the case. Maybe it's just this is a one-off. I don't know. Kind of weird. Kind of weird it looks that way. But hey, it works, right? It plays a game. That's all that matters. Doesn't play the game, it doesn't play it well. So kudos to you, sir.
Now, before we go on to the next topic, up in the chat, there was a comment by Jamie. If you scroll up, you're going to want to show it, because he's reaching directly out to you. And he just wants to make sure you know he's still a dude this week. Just in case you weren't sure, or if you forgot, Jamie is a guy. So just reminding you, no big deal.
He's a man, such a man.
But here's the guy thing we got to remember, all of us guys. It's this week. What about next week? Will Jamie have the same result? We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Jamie, going on every single one of our episodes, you're gonna have to let us know if anything's changed.
Yep. Okay, so we got a couple folks here saying it has the same ribbon cable. Okay, that Ninja Turtles came with. Blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, 40-year-old gamer, that's not nice. Be nice. Be nice. There's a lot of names out there that are used. What are they called? Unisex or unilaterally or whatever? It's ma'am! Who doesn't remember the GameStop video? It's ma'am! Oh, man, we should just play that right now, but we can't. Okay. All right, so Detroit Love, you got some great stuff going on. Michael B., everyone is waiting. It's Halloween month. What's going to happen on your channel this weekend? What should people pay attention for?
Well, if you missed it last week, I did a review on Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2, and that was fun. It's a much better game than people think it is. Angry Video Game Nerd did a video and told everybody it was shite. It's not, so give it a chance. Now, this week is going to be part 2 of my horror movie video games. So, you know the way my videos work. It's going to be 3 video games based on classic 80s or 90s horror movies, like we used to rent on VHS.
Very cool. Very cool. I can't wait to watch that video. Nostalgia, you have been burning the candle at both ends. What can we expect out of you moving forward before we dive into tonight's topics?
I did just post, well, I didn't just post, but a few days ago I posted the Sega Micro Game Gear consoles. Next video that's coming out is, I don't know if you guys can see it, Evercade. So that's coming out. And then after that, early next week, I'm going to be doing a full review of the Arcade1Up, their new Sega cabinet that just came out. The what is it called? Help me out here.
The Sega cabinet, the Golden Axe cabinet.
Golden Axe, thank you. Yes.
Where is it? I'm looking behind you. I don't see it. All I see is Bruce Wayne and Batman moving their way inching closer, step by step.
There they are. No, it's I'm going to be picking it up this weekend. It's at the retailer. It just came in. I got a phone call this morning for it. So,
yeah, Yeah, I'm just checking to see if you've cleaned since last week, and it doesn't appear you have. So we'll
I
keep
don't
you.
clean anything. Are you
All
kidding
right.
me?
So no more, no more. Sorry, wrong show. What is that all about? He's not a team player. Blah blah blah. Okay, guys. Golden axe. Look, he even put an axe next to it. That's pretty cool. All right, let's dive into some topics. So, for instance, one of the things that I am personally excited about is an item that I pre-ordered, and when I pre-ordered it, it told me, we'll let you know. You know, when you order something off Amazon, they're like, yeah, January of 2030, you'll get it. But guys, in case you weren't aware, if you did pre-order your 8BitDo arcade sticks for your Nintendo Switch, guys, they're coming out November 16th. That is not too far away. That is a month away. They're going to start shipping. So check your Amazon orders if you did pre-order, or go ahead and feel confident and pre-order now, and you're going to get this bad boy. Personally, I'm super excited about this because I love my Nintendo Switch. I have developed a new passion for it, and I definitely want to continue like live streaming Switch games and stuff here and there. And I definitely want to like live stream some games using that fight stick, right? And check out that experience. So I'm personally excited about it. Michael B, you're shaking your head. Why are you shaking your head? You're not excited?
Well, I don't know enough about this. Can you use it outside of the Switch? Can it also be used with other devices such as
Yes.
Raspberry Pi?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me pull in here. So yes, it is compatible. Nice segue,
Ooh.
Michael B. It's like we had that planned. Nice, but we didn't. Compatible with your Nintendo Switch and Windows, baby. Supports Ultimate software. It's an ultra moddable arcade stick. Dynamic button layout. Blah blah blah. It has Bluetooth as well, which is pretty cool. So, did anybody in the chat? Did you guys order this? Or am I the only one excited about this product? Let me know. What about you, Nostalgia? What do you think about this? There's so many fight sticks on the market today.
There is. This one looks really, really well done, and I'm a big fan of 8BitDo. So I've always liked their products. I use one of them. I use the SN30 Pro Plus or Plus Pro, whatever it is. I use that controller for pretty much any sort of emulation that I do on most devices, and I like their product. They feel very much like you're buying a first party, like AAA game developers controller. I mean, they're good. So I've got high expectations.
Me too. I got high expectations. What about you, Detroit Love?
I got high price syndrome is what I have.
Oh, come on! It's only $90. Come on now.
If you could take that little back plate off and sit your Switch in there in the back of it, that would be pretty sweet. But that's not the case.
That price point doesn't seem so high. I mean, they've had arcade sticks out before, like the Hori. I think Hori had a fight stick for the Switch as well, and the price was pretty comparable. Or I'm just thinking of the Canadian price, maybe.
What did a pair of Joy-Cons run for the Switch right now in the US? They're like what, $69-$79?
Yeah, they're ridiculous too.
This isn't super expensive for what you're getting.
Yeah. The Pro controller I think is like $69, $70. So
right.
So the Switch market is just demanding these high prices. Apparently, you know what I mean.
It's called Nintendo tax, Carl.
Yep. That's definitely it. Definitely it.
Right. So, like Todd says, new passion. Where was the old passion? Well, we got the Nintendo Switch. The one I have is like the original came out the week it originally was released. So that's what, 3 years old? 3 years? How old is that thing? God.
Came on November
5 years old.
5
years
We're
old.
talking the
Yeah.
Switch, right?
Yeah, the Switch.
Right.
I did the Switch.
I feel like it was October or November of 2018.
Right.
It's been 2 years.
Right.
I have the
right.
2020
No.
version, so
Right.
the red
No,
box.
2017?
The Switch has been out for 4 years. 4 years, because my daughter
Wow.
was just born, right before I got it.
No
Right.
way.
And of course, after it came out, of course, the one I have is we got it launch week, right? Now, what's funny is my son would always hog it, hide it, and yeah, I'd play some games on it and stuff. But I've always been an Xbox guy. Like I was always playing on my Xbox One. I was like, I don't know if I want to do the Switch, blah 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 blah. But lately, I've been playing the Switch a lot more than my Xbox One, and I've just been having a blast. I've been discovering all kinds of games like Luigi's Mansion 3. I never touched it. Ghostbusters. I never touched it. I've been playing all these games. Super Mario 35. Excuse me, that game is a blast. So yeah, Super Mario 3D All Stars as well. Like to me, it's like new all over, right? It's like new again, my Switch, because I've spent years just cranking out Xbox One games, right? So sometimes you let stuff collect dust, and when you finally play it, it's like, what's that word? Reinvigorates you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, speaking of which, let's take a quick fun poll as I get ready to do the next topic here. Out of all the consoles in your house, you have your PlayStation 4, you have your Xbox One, you have your mini consoles, you have your modded consoles, your hacked consoles, you have your Nintendo Switch. Guys, in the chat, let us know, what is your favorite console that you own? Throw it in the chat. And while they're putting their answers in, Detroit Love, favorite console that you own right now?
My favorite is the Xbox One S. I'm mainly a sports guy, and I play Watch Dogs. Those are my favorite. But the Switch, I've been playing a lot of Switch lately with the pinball, and Mortal Kombat 11, I believe it is. So I would say my daughter's pretty much hijacked my Xbox, so me and the Switch has had more time as a result. But Xbox One definitely is my favorite.
What about you, Nostalgia? What is the favorite one that you own today?
It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter when it came out.
Doesn't matter when it
three
came out.
Three of the ones that's in your pocket.
I'm gonna say
underneath that hat, if you took the hat off, some of those mini
they're just
Segas.
gonna fall out. They're just gonna fall out.
Keep going.
I'm thinking, I would say, I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Sega Dreamcast. It is probably my favorite console of all time. But the GameCube is a pretty close second.
Yeah. Go ahead, Michael B. What about for you?
Well, it's the new Arcade1Up plug-and-play Pac-Man console with the banana
you're
ring.
Lying. You're lying. You're lying.
It's such a hard question to answer. Like, realistically, what do I play most right now? It's kind of a tie. I play a lot of Switch, but I really like Xbox Game Pass, so that brings me to my Xbox One a lot. I don't know. It's a tie between those right now.
It's a tie between those right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, I have, my wife got me, I had a Dreamcast when I was younger, but my wife goes and she gets me Dreamcast now. It's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? Like, we just picked it up. Geez, I put a community post on my Facebook page 6 months ago or something. And then somebody on this panel sent me a bunch of games. I'm not going to name names.
Wonder who that was.
I wonder who that was. Who would send P-Dubs a bunch of games to play for his... Because I got... What is the version that I have, Nostalgia? The one that you could easily add games to? What is that?
That was a revision. You would have had either the revision 0 or the revision 1. Right. Likely you had revision 1.
Right.
So those ones, they don't have any anti-piracy built into them. So
Yeah. And I'm sure somebody here, what he did is guys, just for clarification, Nostalgia backed up his games, backed up his CDs.
And they were for educational purposes only.
They were for educational purposes only, and he sent them my way. I'm just kidding.
I did not. I most certainly did not do that. Maybe a little, but I didn't.
Maybe a little, but I didn't. Where is this thing? I'm trying to find it on their stupid website, and we can't find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, hang on. All right, guys. So let's. Speaking of console, what is that called? Console hacking. Speaking of that. So we find out that this Arcade1Up HDMI Consoles, Cool Toy released a video this week because he's got his hands on them and said, hey, you can. Just like we thought. Remember when we did that thing where we saw the instruction manual off of the FCC website, and the instruction manual literally said, this is how you add games to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were wondering, we were speculating, is Arcade1Up going to sell like game packs or things like that? And that doesn't appear to be the case, at least so far. But it does appear to be a dual boot UI where you could throw your micro SD card in there and add some more games, but nothing too fancy that we've seen so far. Nostalgia, what are your thoughts on this? You're kind of the emulation expert on the panel. Would love to hear what you think about all this.
I think it was an interesting choice, especially from a company who's been very vocal about how much they dislike other companies for allowing people to, or making it easy for people to sideload games. So certainly interesting. Interesting is not the word I would use. I would use another word, but interesting that that's the route that they're going. It's interesting. I mean, they're preloading this thing with cores. So if you're familiar at all with anything RetroArch, you'll know whatever the core is on there, what it can run. So if they've got a Sega core on there, they're likely using Sega Genesis Plus GX or Pico Drive or something along those lines. So you're not just getting Genesis, you're going to get Game Gear, you're going to get Sega CD, you're going to get Master System, you're going to get all of those systems that'll run off of the single core. So it's certainly interesting. It's interesting.
Now, I watched Cool Toys' video, and we got a question here. Wonky emulation are good. I don't know if anyone else watched Cool Toys' video. It did not appear that the games are running poorly off of here. I mean, he showed a few games, and they look to be running pretty well. So, I mean, how hard is it to emulate Nintendo games, though, right? Nintendo and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah, it's not a particular chore to emulate Nintendo, and I mean these are $40 devices, which, in my opinion, is too much for what you get. But if it's worth the $40, then I haven't gotten my hands on it, but I would hope that they invest in at least some quality SoC inside of the unit, just to make sure that it can emulate properly and you don't run into weird graphical issues. So, but I mean, this thing was designed. It was literally designed. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care about the Pac-Man sticker on it. This thing was designed for people to bring their own games to it, 100%. So I would imagine that they would have picked the proper components to allow people to do that to a certain extent.
well, minus that iffy kind of, oh geez, what's the word? Weirdness with this product. What I found surprising is it does appear it's running the actual arcade ROMs. So I thought that was pretty cool. I figured they were going to throw some NES ROMs of Pac-Man and all that stuff on here, but it does appear you're actually getting the arcade ROMs. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. They're not sheeping out in the ROM department, at least, right? Because we want to play the arcade ROMs of these games. Am I wrong?
I actually disagree with that.
What?
I do. I don't know if Mike would agree with me either, but you're not playing this on an arcade machine. You're playing this with a controller. Why wouldn't you want to play this? If you're playing with a controller, play the game that was designed to be played with a controller. In my opinion, if you're going to be pushing this out as a home console and you're having a wireless controller, which probably is brutal if it's running on just like the IR sensor or whatever it is on there, my gut reaction is I want to play the NES version of the games then, so that way I can experience it with a controller. I guess that's my thoughts. I don't know.
So, folks, with some of the review videos coming out this week, Michael B., go ahead, final thoughts here before we move on to the next one.
Yeah, like, let's not kid ourselves here. This is not for any of us. This is for the most casual of casual gamers. I've got a friend came over to my cabin a couple of years ago, and he saw my NES Classic loaded up with all my backed up games, and he said, "This is great. Can you get me one of them?" And I explained, "Not really. It's kind of hard to get an NES Classic." But he's super casual. He doesn't want to spend a lot of money. He doesn't want to mess around with getting 8BitDo controllers and configuring them. He just wants something very simple. So if I told him about this and said, for $50, you can go get this plug and play thing and you can load a bunch of games onto it, he'd be super happy. That's the kind of person this is targeted towards, not us.
How long until this ends up in an Arcade1Up cabinet? Look at Zero Heroes comment right here. Do you guys think that, it has HDMI. You could use the HDMI converter board, right? It has USB for controllers.
I just so disagree with that for so many reasons. If you're going to go through all the freaking work,
I know, but someone's
you're not putting a piece of junk in there.
I know, but somebody's going to do it, right? Like, how many games come on this thing?
I don't know. I don't know if you can, because you can't actually configure the controls at all. So, I mean, you'd have to get lucky.
I think someone would do it just to prove that it can be done. You know what I mean?
There would be a way that you could do it. You would just, because it has the two USB ports on the front, you would have to get some sort of encoder device that would actually map it out. I think there's a product on the market called the Chrono Zen or something like that, where it pretty much works with everything that you plug it into, and it decrypts the controller so that way you can make it run on anything. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, but also to jump in, one of the videos I watched, arcade ROMs don't actually run on it. So if you try to load up your arcade ROMs, they don't seem to actually play off the plug-and-play console. So if you put it into an Arcade1Up, you're doing it to play side-loaded console games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of folks are saying a Mega Man Arcade1Up cab would be awesome. What if they took the Mega Man one? But that one's running console ports, right? That's not. Yeah, that's definitely console ports. Right?
Yeah,
that one. So yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's 100% console ports. Okay, so Detroit Love, are you going to get one? Are you going to give it to a family member?
No, I agree with Scott J. He says these Arcade1Up HDMI consoles will make great stocking stuffers to give rotten kids in lieu of some coal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Scotty. Man, people get harsh in the live chat. The live chat's on fire. Holy cow!
I honestly think there is a market out there for these. Someone will buy it. Someone will be very, very happy with it.
Yeah, for the price set, someone's going to buy it, no doubt.
Yeah.
Will a lot of people buy it? No. Will it get much play after they give it as a gift or buy it? Not much, but they will sell some.
No, and you know what? This is very much like those blast plug and play systems that AtGames put out. And honestly, I don't like those. They know I don't like them. I did a review on one of them. They're just not for people like me. These are stocking stuffers that grandma gives to the grandkids because it's just an impulse buy. This is not for anybody that actually cares about the gameplay experience.
You'll find these at Aldi. You'll find these at Aldi on the shelf, and people grab them. It's the same as you have those little controllers with Miss Pac-Man on it. You plug it into the computer, throw some batteries in it. That's that same market.
So even with the ability to add additional games, I think the consensus is the gaming community is really not going to embrace this product because we have better ways to do it, correct? But casual consumers aren't going to know any better. They're going to see this thing in stores. $40 though, I mean, if this thing was $29.99, I think it would move more units.
Mm-hmm.
But still, someone's going to buy it for $40 and say this looks cool. Now, here's what's funny is all those excuse me, any product that I've ever owned like this before, like the AtGames Blast too, right? I will take it out of the packaging. I will play it like for one day and it ends up in a drawer, right? And we haven't touched it since, I have all these AtGames Blast dongles that I will never, ever touch again. You know what I mean? Yet I can't throw them out because you want to hold on to them. Like, you never know. Maybe one day I'm going to feel froggy and plug that dongle into the AtGames Legends Ultimate, right? Do you see that happening with this product as well, Nostalgia? Do you see folks kind of just chucking this in a drawer after like by New Year's Day? They open this on Christmas. By New Year's Day, is this in a drawer collecting dust?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm not trying to take like a hit on Arcade1Up because there is, like Mike said, there's 100% a market for this, and it's going to be for the uneducated consumer. The person who just literally doesn't know any better is going to be the person who buys it. And that's fine because there's lots of products for that type of market. It's just, it's certainly not something that you're going to see somebody like any of us going to, because if we're going to be side loading something with games, it's not going to be this thing.
Well, you got to think about it like this. The drunken parents that's going to buy the big giant joystick with their got Pac-Man in front of them,
sure,
is going to buy these for the kids.
Yeah, so my thought on this thing specifically, the reason why it's a hard pass for me is because it does nothing other than play side-loaded games. There's no online integration. There's no connectivity. There's no Bluetooth. There's nothing really there that is a draw aside from the fact that you can side-load games. You can side-load games on everything. You can buy an SNES Classic, side-load games. You can buy PS1 Classic. You can sideload games onto it. You can buy the Sega Genesis Mini and sideload games onto it. You can buy a Raspberry Pi, and you can load up your games on there. All of those options are way better than this because they do so much more than just play games.
Right. Now, what about for those of us that just want to play around with stuff? Like, for instance, like you want to get it just to do it, and then still it ends up in the drawer. Does that make me an idiot, Nostalgia? Because I have a confession to make.
No, I don't think it makes you an idiot at all. I would buy this thing.
Are you sure?
No, yeah, personally, I would buy this thing just to take it apart. I want to see what chipsets in there. I want to see what SoC's in there. But then it would go in. I would probably throw it out, but I don't like to keep stuff like that in the drawers.
Well,
I keep like 10,000 wires in my drawers. I don't have space for extra consoles.
I have a confession to make.
Well, let me guess.
A couple days ago,
Yeah.
I ordered a couple off of Office Depot, and they'll be delivered here, I think, in a day or two. I actually might be in Chicago when they end up getting delivered. And literally just to do it, right? Literally just to crack it open, throw my own games on there, and be like, oh, okay, we hacked something. Or if you want to call it a hack, it's not really. I don't think it's like a dramatic hack. Like, hey, we sideloaded some stuff, and then we move on with our life, right? So yeah, I did get them. So I think, in all fairness, I have to troll myself now. I know we have a lot of trolls out there who troll us. They troll us for us. But I'm going to have to troll myself now, guys. I am officially...
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser! Good.
Good.
So yeah, guys, I did it. I did it a couple days ago. Now, and I almost did it again with the Infinity Gaming Table. And let's flip over there.
Wait, hold on. Have you? Before we go there, have you received it?
I told you it's gonna. When you order from Office Depot, it says like it'll ship in like 3 or 4 days. And
we don't have Office Depot here. Well, maybe we do, but it's certainly not anything.
Well, I think they're going to be delivered on Tuesday, and I'll be in Chicago by then. Good. Like Kev Gretz says, good. And Brad, right? Like literally, I'm paying like $60-$70 just to do 5 minutes of work. Where when you're obsessed with this kind of stuff.
To be fair, hold on. To be fair, you're not hacking this thing. It was designed.
Right.
It's literally in the instructions. Says this is how you add extra games. That is not hacking.
Yep.
You were just using it for what it was intended to be used for.
Okay, well, enough about all that. Guys, we have well over 100 folks watching. Thank you so much for your support. We greatly appreciate it. We do broadcast not to 1, 2, 3, but to 4 YouTube channels at the same time, which is pretty awesome. And no matter what chat room you're in, we can see your chats. Whatever chat room you're in, do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the show so far. We're going to move on to our next topic, of course, and that, of course, is the Arcade1Up Infinity Table. Kickstarter went live. Now, guys, I know guys who are watching my channel are like, here we go again. He just did a 45-minute stream about this last night. But I'm actually going to be fairly quiet during this conversation because these 3 gentlemen haven't had the chance to make an Arcade1Up Infinity Table video. And I want to hear their opinions. I want to hear some fresh opinions. You guys have heard my opinions, especially those who are watching in my chat room right now. So Detroit Love, after everything that has come out with the Infinity Gaming Table and the Kickstarter being live, did you participate in the Kickstarter? Or will you, won't you, why not? As well as you folks in the chat, let us know.
Two things I don't like about it. I mean, I like the concept. 2 things that turns me off instantly is the Kickstarter. Putting it on Kickstarter. I just think that's just a ridiculous way to do it for a company that's already established and has a market for distribution of their products, even if they sold them on their own website. So I think that's silly. And then the 15-day warranty that they give on it is just silly. So those 2 things, if I was even considering it, it just doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth.
Yeah, Steve wrote 14-week, but Steve, it's 14-day warranty. Okay, so Detroit Love is out. Nostalgia. What about you?
No, you're going to have to go to Mike. I don't think you guys want to hear what I have to say. I'll go on for hours about this thing.
All right, we'll save you for the end. Michael B. the Game Genie, what are your thoughts about it? Like, I was hyped, and I made some videos. Like, I made, when it got announced, I made a video like an hour after it got announced. I was like, this looks pretty cool because my family loves board games. But that's what happens when you're in the moment, right? As more information came out, and after we were able to take a look at what the Kickstarter provided, I just couldn't pull the trigger. But the sad part is, Michael B., my wife wants me to. And I'm scared she's going to make me. So, Michael B., she's going to watch this stream later when she gets home from work. She watches the replays. Michael B., tell her why we should or shouldn't do this. And I hope you're on my side, like the $20 I sent you.
So I definitely think P-Dub should get this table. I think somebody from Super GameRoom Dudes is going to have to get the table and review it.
All right, that's enough. So, baby, he lies. He lies. Okay, let's be honest now. Go ahead.
I've been
Don't trust
very
him.
I've been very honest about this. This is not a product for me. I definitely see a market for this, and I'm glad that the Kickstarter is going so well. I'm glad it's doing well. They hit their targets. People are buying it. I hope you guys are happy. It's just it's not my jam. I buy Arcade1Up products for arcades. That's what I'm going to buy. Good luck with your new product.
Okay. We got a lot of great. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the show. That was actually kind of funny. Sorry about that, Michael B. When you have the power of the clicky, I got the clicky, so I have all the power. Woo, woo.
Mrs. P-Dubs, if you're listening, please get P-Dubs to buy you this table. We need him to buy it because somebody is going to have to review it from our group, and no one else is buying it.
All right, Melissa, honey, read this comment from my boy Vic. Shoots and ladders ain't worth 700, baby. It ain't worth 700. And I also, Sean Powers, a member of my channel, I really wish they would put a scene of a drink spilling. That would have been kind of cool if, like, during their video, they showed, like, some test footage of, like, stuff dropping on it or spills. You know what I mean? To highlight the fact that this thing is resistant, right?
No. It only has a 14-day warranty. How resistant do you think this thing is?
Well, I mean...
It's not even resistant to light for 14-day warranty.
That stuff. I like seeing that stuff. How often do you watch a car commercial and they drive the car into the brick wall to show you how safe you're going to be in this vehicle? You know what I'm saying?
Right, but they give you like a 5-year warranty with every car you buy. Not a 14-day. Would you buy a car if you got a 14-day warranty?
Oh my god, you're going to kill me. You're going to kill me. No, Sean, we're not putting ones in the chat. We are not buying this thing. I missed all the good deals. Now it's going to cost me $1,000. Although it was funny is I didn't notice. So for the $1,000 bundle, right? For the $1,000 bundle, if you order the $1,000 bundle, you get a letter from the CEO. But I didn't notice the line underneath the founders level. You get your name in the credits in the game, right? And I think that would be kind of ironic if Arcade1Up had to put P-Dub's Arcade Loft in the credits of the Infinity Gaming Table. I think that would be hilarious. Like, yeah, don't put my real name. Can you put P-Dub's Arcade Loft in there, please? Thank you so much. That would be hilarious. Cheesiest YouTube name ever, but guess what? It's mine. It's called YouTube. It's my tube. Sorry. I'm not showing the ones. I'll show the 0. Way to go, Kevin. Way to go, Kevin. That's all the zeros in the chat. Brad says void. That's hilarious. Yeah. Okay, so Nostalgia, it's your turn. Now, Nostalgia, be gentle, okay? Be gentle. Because keep in mind, I was going to get this thing if it wasn't for $600 or $700 price tag and a 14-day warranty. Those are the two reasons I'm not getting it. If it was a little bit cheaper, and if it had at least minimum a 90-day warranty, I would have pulled the trigger. I would have got this product. So tell me, let's go, do it. But be gentle, Nostalgia.
I will. I'll make sure. I'll treat you like it's your first time.
You be soft.
So, yes. All right. So
don't egg him on in the chat, guys.
So okay, no, they can. I've had my mind made up on this thing for a long time. The price point is exactly, and you can go back and look to see what I said this thing was going to sell for, is exactly where I said it needed to be in order to define that it was at least in some way quality. If this was cheaper, it is not worth your investment. If they tried to sell this thing for $300 or $400, you should run away screaming, because you're not going to get the type of technology that they're saying they're giving you in a $300 or $400 device. That being said, good for them that they're being as successful. They did set the bar relatively low as to where they'd have to hit in order to get their Kickstarter met. I think I ran the numbers and it was something like 65 or 70 units sold. So if they did that, they successfully made it to the top of their Kickstarter. So that's awesome. Whatever. The product itself with a 14-day warranty is the dumbest thing I've literally ever heard in my life. You will never find any tablet on the market with less than a 1-year warranty. You will not find any computer in the market for less than a 1-year warranty. 14 days is literally them screaming they don't think they have a quality product. And if they do, then pony up and give people at a minimum 60-day warranty. Let people get it home. Let people test it. If this is going to be a gift and somebody buys it and then they give it to that person and it's longer than a 2-week wait before they open it, they have 0 warranty on the device. That's absurd. Just so stupid. So stupid on so many levels. Drives me insane.
It's a very disappointing warranty. 14 days. Very disappointing. Now, hopefully, Arcade1Up will change that. You know what I mean? Hopefully, because from what I can tell is they've heard and gotten some heat on their fan pages about it. Arcade1Up went and created their own fan page for the Infinity Gaming Table. And even the folks on there were like, wait a minute, I just pre-ordered in a 14-day? Like, you know, like, we're getting some heat over it. So hopefully Arcade1Up will say, you know what? We got to do 90 like we do all of our other products or something. Right? I mean, one would assume. Am I wrong, Michael B?
Jamie, who's a dude up in the comments.
Dude
Jamie. He mentioned 14 days. It's not even going to make it to Canada by then. So by the time we get it, our warranty's gone.
I'm just wondering, like, a 30-day warranty with certain electronics, that's par for the course. If you go to Walmart, Walmart's only going to honor certain electronic devices for 30 days. I used to work there. That was their policy. Obviously, with Walmart, you can kind of do what you want because they're very loosey-goosey, but their written policy is 30 days on electronics. That's fine. If you're going to do a 30-day warranty, fine. One, it should be from the day that it's received, and you can track that with the tracking number. Mm-hmm. But two, with items that are, let's say we're talking a laptop, tablet, any sort of electronic device, they do have a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. So even if you can't take them back to the place you bought them, you're still covered in the event that something happens. Now, if you break it, your fault, your problem. But if it short circuits internally, if there's a dead pixel on the screen or multiple dead pixels, that's something that you can't see within the first 14 days. It just doesn't make any sense that's the route they're going. And it kind of screams that they're not confident in this product, because why, if they were, they would at least give it the same level of warranty that they give all their other products, right?
Like, yeah, 14 days. 14 days is more like a return policy. That's like you got 14 days to bring the shit back.
Well, and honestly, if I had pre-ordered this thing on Kickstarter, which the only reason I would is to tear the thing apart, to look at the internals, to see what's going into this and compare it to other similar products on the market. And I still may do that. But if I had pre-ordered it and I found out that there was a 14-day warranty after I pre-ordered it, 100% I'd cancel my order. 100%. And you got to put your money where your mouth is. So if you guys want a longer warranty period, cancel your pre-orders.
Well, except it's Kickstarter, so you can't cancel, can you?
No, you can if the campaign hasn't closed.
Okay.
Oh, you can
at least that's what I think you can. I think that's how that works.
There's a certain date you have.
Well, and full transparency, guys, out of this entire panel, I was the one who I think was the most hyped for this product, because it's just something that my family's into. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for the price tag and the warranty, I would have participated. So I don't want people thinking that we're crapping on Arcade1Up. We're being completely honest here, guys. An $800 product should have a longer than 14-day warranty. And not only that, why is it $800? It's a lot of money. And if it was honestly, in my opinion, if it was like I can't say it.
You can't do that, man.
If it was at least, I don't know, $400 for the 24-inch and maybe $500.
No,
for
it's
the
too
32.
Cheap, man. What do you want? A piece of trash? You want just a piece of garbage device?
But aren't they? I don't know if they make these in bulk. I don't know. All I know is 800 was too high.
Well, I mean, here's the question: how is it any different than the Countercade, Pac-Man, or Street Fighter Countercade? Not Countercade, but the cocktail table. When you talk about quality, you talk about stability.
Right.
How's it much different than that? And that's not $700.
Right. Well, hold on, no, but we were talking about completely different technology. You're talking about a digitizer touchscreen with haptic feedback. You're talking about a very large display. You're talking about a whole whack load of features that have to go in. You're building a large smartphone, essentially, or you're building a large Android tablet.
Right.
And it's not as simple as getting a single board computer and just like running a few retro games on it. It's got to be beefy in some sense. Plus the hardware that you're using, the actual screen, that has to be good quality. The touch responsiveness, the digitizer underneath, it has to be good quality. That's why you don't. We lost Mike, but
Mike.
That's why
that wasn't me either. That wasn't me.
That's why you need to invest in it. There's other products like this that have come to market, and they've come at a much higher price point, and they all failed. And maybe, sure, it was too expensive for the time, and that's why I think what the pricing scheme that they have right now is a good pricing scheme for what they're providing. I'm not bashing pricing at all. I think that if it came out for any less than $500 or $600, I would bash that. I would say this is absurd. You're probably getting a piece of junk. I don't think you're going to get a piece of junk, but I just it doesn't make sense. The warranty behind it, the game options that you're doing, I think they could have gone way outside the box. They could have gone to very fringe kind of unique games. They didn't have to go with the Hasbro titles. And I get they're going for like the main consumer market, but they need to expand on that too. So there's so many directions they could have gone that would have made this. All the people like me who are naysayers, 100% they could have shut us up if they made a couple different decisions.
Yeah, they're trying to dig into the same nostalgic value that the Arcade1Up cabinets have tapped into, and just bring it digital. So we'll see what the market will tell.
Which brings us to Well Played Arcade, right? So there's a couple things that I'm still worried about. For starters, their website is still pretty much inactive. Yet this might be a different alternative for us. I mean, it does only have a 24-inch screen, but you do have the ability to plug in your own consoles, and you do have storage space underneath. And you know what? If the color doesn't match the furniture in your house, you could probably stain this pretty quick and get it to match, right? But what's interesting is their website's not active, and so are the details. They give you some specs on here, but nothing about the warranty or anything. So sure enough, you have a questions and answers section. So finally, I'm like, someone's got to do it. So 6 hours ago, what is the warranty? That's the first thing I want to know. Also, what are the actual dimensions of the entire unit, length, width, and height, please? Because we need to figure out how big this thing actually is, right?
One thing I should mention about that, if you go down to the details about it,
yeah, let me go.
It does say that it's a 24-inch HD screen.
Yes.
Don't expect 1080p out of that. That'll be 720. If it was 1080p, it would probably say FHD. But yeah, I mean, this is another one of those devices that the price point seems to be right, but we don't have nearly enough information. We don't know what it's going to play. And if you look at the picture, it's got like some 3D racing game playing on it. Who's playing a 3D racing game on a tablet built into their
and that's a nightstand anyway. It's
a nightstand.
I think that this stand, personally, I think it looks bad, but
yeah, it doesn't look good. It looks like a nightstand.
No,
like somebody just propped their iPad. They propped their iPad.
Well, it looks like it's furniture from the early 90s. And then the Arcade1Up one actually looks good. It looks modern. It looks kind of, trendy. It looks awesome in terms of the physical design. I'm not going to bash that at all. But
Right.
This thing is doing the same thing that the 1UP is doing. We don't know anything about it. We don't know the specs. We don't know what it's capable of running. We haven't seen any actual gameplay footage. I want to see a real person play these machines. I need to see what that screen responsiveness is.
Yeah, that one's definitely not designed for people to be around it playing it.
Right.
That's more of a solitary
And
tablet.
Not only that, your product ships in a month. And your website is still inactive. We can't get in here. We can't look at their products. All they have is a splash screen. And that's it. Even in the news, you figure they'd put an article here saying, hey, guys, we're over at GameStop now. We got new products.
Look, they said they need to sell a few of these things before they can hire a web designer. Come on, man.
But none of these links work, guys, for any of these. And, that's a little bit concerning because the last thing we want is to have a product that's not supported. Does that make sense? Like we can't feel confident in the customer service if there's anything that goes wrong.
Have you pre-ordered this here, P-Dubs?
Excuse me. I did not pre-order the coffee table. I'm talking
about the pinball.
I did pre-order the pinball machine.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so if they can get a few more pre-sales, then they can hire a web designer that can come and update the news.
And the pinball machine, of course, you guys know I love pinball. And, of course, it's more out of just curiosity, right? And I'm hoping that more information is going to be released. We've also reached out to this company. They haven't responded yet. And also, I know of a few other content creators that have reached out to them. No response yet either. So it's very interesting.
Ah, it's interesting you say that. I'm getting review units.
No, you're not. No, you're
No,
not.
I'm not getting anything. I haven't even.
No, you're not.
bothered to reach out
Stop
to them.
it. Stop it. All right, let me catch up on the chat here. I think the Arcade1Up looks cheap. Something about those legs look plastic. Are those legs plastic or metal?
I think they're metal. I think they're
Oh,
metal.
they are metal. Okay,
but
well, metal's good.
Here's the other proposition. Like everything that you're getting on either of these machines, assuming they're doing board games, you can get on a smartphone, you can get on a tablet, and you can buy budget tablets for like $120 that are more than capable of running all of those games. So if you're going to be spending $600 on this thing, and the idea is to play with people around you, you could also spend $600 on buying $450 tablets, and you guys could all sit in the same room and play those games that way too. Like, and you could do it from the comfort of whatever chair you want to sit in. So there's got to be, we've got to see what it can do. We've got to really be able to actually see all these cool, unique features that Arcade1Up is talking about, because if we don't see that, then it's a no-go for me.
Okay. Now, before we move on to our next topic is, I don't know if you guys tuned in to our show we did, was it last week or the week before, with Ice Arcades, right? So we've had Ice Arcades on, we've had Toy Shock on, we've had iArcade on, and thanks to all of you viewers for, watching, tuning in, and giving the show good comments, good ratings, all that kind of stuff, and being honest viewers. I'm talking about, people interact and they enjoy our show. What's interesting is, we've had now, and this is no BS or anything, we've had now other companies reaching out to us. They want to come on our show. This isn't us reaching out to them like I've reached out to Zakaria, Well Played, and a couple others. But we've had other companies now reaching out to us saying, hey, we saw what you did with Ice Arcade, or we saw what your iArcade interview or your Toy Shock interview. We'd love to come on your show, which is really, really flattering. However, guys, one of these is kind of a higher end product, right? And I don't want to say their name yet. And based upon the response we've had on the Ice show, which was just to keep people informed in their game room, do we want to do that again? Do we want to show off another higher end type product? We're talking something that costs somewhere between $2,000 to $5,000 versus, stuff that's $1,000 or less.
I'm sorry. Some of the comments are.
I
sorry.
know. So
I see Mike in there. Mike is just making me crack up every single time he talks.
Right.
Kev Gret too. I just can't. Those two guys, man. They're
Right.
going to make me cry.
So my question for our viewers is, we want to show you guys options for your game room, whether it's a high end, whether it's a cheap option. We just want to show you options. And some of you can get stuff, some of you can't, some of you like stuff, some of you don't. So it's up to you guys, though. I mean, do you guys not want to see the really, really high end stuff? Let me know in the chat. It's actually kind of something cool, in my opinion, but also it's kind of expensive. Should we give them a teaser, Nostalgia?
Oh, I get to make the call?
Yeah.
Then no.
No, we don't want to.
They get nothing.
You don't want to do a teaser at all?
No, I don't want to show anybody anything.
Okay.
Okay, I'm joking. We can go ahead and show them a teaser.
Okay.
Also, when Michael B comes back, somebody else commented to this. We need to make sure he didn't kill his dog.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where he left to.
Oh, he just texted me, guys. He went to go bury the dog. So give him about 10 minutes. The dog's not that large. He's going to bury the dog, and he'll be back on. But no, guys. So, for instance, we've had the folks who have designed the Pong table, your Pong coffee table. This is that digital Pong coffee table. They've reached out to us. They said, hey, we'd love to come on your show and show off our product and give you some inside information and all that kind of stuff. So just want to let you guys know that they're interested in coming on the show. And let me know what you guys think. Is this something that you would like to see? If you're not interested, we could maybe just trim it down to a segment on the show and all that kind of stuff. And they reached out to us as well as we got another one, but they were very shy. Let's just put it that way. Very shy. Hush, hush. Secret. So yeah, guys, let me know. I don't want the community to be upset. I'm definitely not starting any Facebook fan pages. That's for sure. There's just too many of those fan pages out there. Yeah, it's cool. Linux says do a segment. Guys, we understand your time is... We understand your...
You see Vic's comment?
My daughter's freaking out. Wants to know why he's killing a dog. Where's... My wife said we should get these so the kids aren't going to college. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, by the way, guys, if you caught one of my shows, we gave away a Legends Gamer Pro, and Vic received it. Vic, have you taken it out of the box yet? Have you fired that thing up? Let us know in the chat. Options are good even if you can't afford it. Okay, it sounds like you guys would be interested. So you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll book the show, and we'll have them on. I'm seeing more promoters than detractors. From what I've seen, the teasers they've showed me of what they would bring to the show, some pretty cool looking stuff. So we'll get that set up for you guys.
But does it play Monopoly?
Oh wait, we're getting more detractors. Okay, a lot of folks are saying yes. All right, cool. All right, guys, let's leave it at that. Let's move on to our next topic. Now, unfortunately, Michael B abandoned ship. Honestly, guys, he's having computer internet issues. He texted me that's what's going on, which is a shame because this was his topic. Because you know what we usually do, you guys don't know this, there's 4 of us. We all say, let's all pick a topic. I pick one, he picks one, he picks one. And between 4 topics, 15 minutes each, you're pushing an hour like we are now. And then we always end up going over a little bit. But Michael B wanted to talk about the Analogue Duo, which is probably the highlight of our show today. But unfortunately, Michael B is not here. So Nostalgia, gonna have to lean on you, brother. Because unfortunately, I haven't been keeping up with this myself. Although from what I've seen in bits and pieces, this is looking pretty cool. And also, guys in the chat, what do you guys know about the Analogue Duo? And is this something you're interested in? Oh, wait, here he is. He wanted to talk all about this. Welcome back, brother. Can we hear you?
My computer just died. I don't know what happened. Happened earlier.
You went to go kill the dog. We know. You sent us the pictures.
Yep. So the dog is buried. You're back. Michael B, take it away. You wanted to tell everyone about the Analogue Duo and why you're super stoked about this product.
None of us have heard about it, so you'll have to teach us all.
You've heard about it, Nostalgia. Shut up.
Well,
he's always sarcastic.
I'm really excited because when I started collecting retro games and systems again, the absolute top thing on my priority list was to find a Turbo Duo. I did find one. I actually ended up purchasing 2, and both times they were around $500 Canadian. They're crazy expensive. It really is like a unicorn for collectors. The other problem with them is they're completely unreliable. The NEC, when they changed over, it was around the time that they switched over to making the cheaper TurboGrafx stuff. These systems are notorious for having bad parts, bad capacitors. So if you even do find one at $500, there's a very realistic possibility the sound is going to be messed up, or for some reason the disk drive is just not going to work. They're a pain in the butt. But what we're getting here is a brand new FPGA solution from Analogue for $200 US, which is crazy. And this is cheap. Also, compared to $500. And then also, this is Analogue's first CD-based system. So if you're a big TurboGrafx 16 guy like me, this is a dream come true today. This was a huge announcement. I fell off my chair.
The problem is that they're only going to make 15 of them.
Well, that is the problem. They're already sold out.
Yeah.
It says here, this means it's compatible with all game formats, Hue cards, turbo chips, and CD-ROM, plus the original hardware and accessories. Dude, that sounds pretty cool. But they're sold out already?
No, I don't think it's gone up yet. It hasn't gone up yet.
That's the joke.
Oh, that's the joke? Oh, like I said, I haven't been following, so I'm learning with everyone else. Keep going.
So Analogue makes great stuff. It's all FPGA based. You can play your it's not really emulation. Like you're really playing it. It's playing directly off your original cards. The problem is they never make enough stock. They just had an order come up for the Analogue NT Pocket, which is their Game Boy option that can also play Game Gear. And as we found out today, it can also play TurboGrafx 16 as well. And that went up and was sold out in like 2 minutes. Nobody got one. Everybody had money put aside. They wanted one. And then shortly after that, there was a restock of the Analogue NT Mini. That sold out immediately. Everybody's furious with Analogue because they can't even spend $500 to buy a FPGA NES. But here we are. So hopefully they make enough stock so everybody that's a big TurboGrafx 16 fan can get their hands on this.
The thing that I think's the realistic thing that I think is going to happen is they're probably not going to make a ton of stock on this, because I would say mostly in the North American market, TurboGrafx 16 really isn't super popular. Maybe it is with some of the collectors, and obviously that's going to be who's buying this thing. But I mean, if they're short running their like little handheld solution, or they're short running the Super Nintendo FPGA device that they made, and all the other devices that they made that have all sold out ridiculously quickly, I can't see them boosting crazy quantities of this. And they're saying limited quantities, $199.
Oh wow!
This thing will sell out in 4 minutes. Like
Less.
This thing is gonna be
Less.
gone. Well, you'd be lucky if you could even, if you add it to your cart, and it's gonna be hard to get the thing.
So, in all honesty, we would probably be better off and more likely be able to obtain the Polymega, correct? Versus this.
I think at the end of if all you want to do is play TurboGrafx 16, then this is a better option because it'll be cheaper.
Right.
And it's a dedicated unit, and it's not. I mean, but the Polymega is a really, really cool console. Like, it's really cool. The fact that you can buy different attachments for different consoles, and it's got it's a disc-based games. I can't remember what it goes up to, but I think maybe PS1. I don't recall exactly, but it's really a cool system. But this is made for the person who wants to play TurboGrafx 16, obviously. So,
yeah,
if you're a TurboGrafx 16 head, then this is the product for you.
Yeah, Sean Powers says he tried to get the Analog Pocket. It sold out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's
going to happen with this as well, right?
But my thought is the Analog Pocket, that is something that hits so many different people. Like, that is such a widespread product that a lot of people would be interested in.
Crazy.
So if they aren't even able to like make enough quantities to even appease up the partial masses rather than completely sell it within minutes, I can't see this lasting any longer than that either.
So the question is, can they make enough product? Because I think they're intentionally not making enough. It's like limited run games. Like, it's a limited amount. Let's see how much we can sell and how much we can charge. Like, I don't know how complicated it is to actually make this stuff, but it seems like that shortage and the limited number being put out there is completely a marketing ploy every single time.
So. The only reason I would disagree with this is because we know very well in the gaming market that hardware has very low margins when you're dealing with consoles like this. So I think for them, they would rather short the market and just not produce what they think they're going to be able to sell and have zero stock left over that they have to worry about, rather than overproduce and be left with an abundance of consoles that they may not sell and completely crush the ROI on the investment in the first place. So
that's fair.
I gotta admit, I'm digging the black color unit like a lot.
It looks really cool. They both look like really well designed products. Like, aesthetically, they're nice.
Yeah. So the black is the
better
North
than the
American.
PS5.
The black is the North American version of the Turbo Duo, and the white is the Duo that was the PC Engine Engine Duo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks really cool, but I have a feeling that even if I camped out and tried to order this, that with my luck, I would end up not being successful. The Polymega is interesting. I just started watching some videos on it, and I just started reading up on it. And obviously, the Polymega can do this and more, correct? It will be able to do the turbo games plus a whole ton of other systems.
Yeah, you have to buy different attachments for it, though.
Right, and that's the thing is, do you want to keep, like take one accessory off, add another accessory to play games? Like, I literally just want to stick it in the slot and move on with my life.
I think it's more for the idea of like for people who don't have the space for 35 different consoles set up, right? So it's not an all-in-one solution, but it's almost an all-in-one solution. So
Frodo made a tweet about how he couldn't get the Pocket. It was so funny.
I'm not a big Harry Potter guy, but it was in the 6th movie. He took some kind of luck item. That's basically what you needed to take to get one of these analog products.
Oh,
I don't know. With my luck getting all these modern generation consoles, I think I had no problem getting them. So maybe I should just have a crack at getting these.
Well, that's funny because actually some people posted, and like you'd see like the swarm of posts of just people being so upset they didn't get it, and then someone would post like, "Yeah, I just went on there. I didn't even plan to get it. Just logged in right away," and everybody's like,
Yeah.
"I will kill you."
Alrighty. Guys, just a quick heads up. Next Friday, there will not be a show because I will be in Chicago next Friday at the iArcade office visiting Jong and also playing on all his machines. And that Friday evening, he's having that big party where he's having just random fans coming in. Not big. We're talking 10 people because of COVID restrictions and stuff. So there's going to be 10 people plus me plus Jong and his entire team who work in that office. And he's having food brought in, alcohol, party it up, play on those products. I'll be able to, and Jong's giving me permission, I can film videos, basically do reviews for the products right there live. I'm bringing capture cards, all that kind of stuff. That way we can actually capture the screen. Because, you know, whenever he does his shows, he's always pointing a camera at the screen. We want to actually capture the screen, right? We want to see what's going on. So that's going to be really, really cool. So I'll be in Chicago. So there won't be a show next Friday, guys. So just a heads up there on that. What? What is going on?
I'm just seeing Joe's.
Every time I talk, Nostalgia, you burst out laughing. You're making me feel insecure, man.
I love this community, man. I honestly, every time I come on and see the comments that come in, it's so funny. Everybody's got a good sense of humor. I love it.
Yeah, you guys, you know, we really, really enjoy you guys. You guys are hilarious. Yeah, pizza, beer and pizza. Looking forward to the Jong P-Dubs party. We're going to have fun. It's going to be really cool. And yes, Sling Spade, I'm going to go to Helping Ghost if I can. I'm going to be there for 5 or 6 days. So, but yeah, I'm going to have a lot of great footage. Now, because I adore you guys, some of the stuff I'm going to hold close to my chest for our next show. And we'll reveal it on our next show.
I'll find out what that is, and then I'll leak it.
Right, but then there will also be, obviously, videos on my channel, kind of a vlog, doing a tour of his office, reviewing the products and all that stuff. And, of course, we're finally going to see something that everyone's been waiting for. The game. The headliner. The main event. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just
Heavy Barrel is on II Arcade.
And I'm hoping it's a great experience. I really am. I'm hoping it's a great experience because, you know, when I'm there next to Jong, I'll be like, Jong, these buttons don't feel good, or, you know, this joystick feels wonky. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be honest with him. Like, I'll tell him, be like, this isn't cool. This is cool. All that kind of stuff. They need to hear this stuff, right? You know? Live stream from the Ghost with Doc. Ooh, that would be kind of cool.
When you Scott J made a good comment. When you get in with Jong, can you see if he will approve Puzzle Bobble? I think that's a good suggestion. So maybe can just like
guys,
plant the seed.
Out of all these arcade companies, what if iArcade was the one that finally gave you Puzzle Bobble? That might be it. Put him over the top.
That'd be the end. Everyone should just get out of business at that point.
Oh, I'm not going to make him cry. Although what's funny is I guarantee you this, Jong and I are going to drink a lot. Like, Jong wants to get me drunk, but what he doesn't realize is I'm Irish. And yeah, like that's not a game for me. Like, this is easy peasy for me. So I'm wondering what kind of drunk Jong is. Do you think he's a happy drunk? Do you think he's a clingy drunk?
I see Jong as like the happy crying drunk. He's he gets so drunk, but he's so happy that he cries. That's what I think.
No, what if he's an angry drunk? What if he like slaps me? What if I'm like,
and then I hope you film it so we can talk about it play by play.
1.21 gigawatts. And he, boom! He just slaps P-Dubs.
I think that when you guys get drunk, you should just start crank calling people, you and Jong, all night long.
Oh my God!
Hold on, wait.
Jong and I are gonna get drunk, and we're gonna call Scott Bacharach. We're gonna call PK. We're gonna call John D. We're gonna call them all.
Okay, hold on, wait. If you're going to this party and you're gonna be drinking and eating and hanging out with 20,000 people, let's say, why are we not doing a live stream from the party?
Well,
why on earth are we not doing that?
Do you want?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah,
yes.
Of course I want to do that.
So the Super GameRoom Dudes will be broadcast from the party.
Ask the audience. Do you guys want to see us do P-Dubs do a live stream from
wherever
wherever that is?
I didn't even think about that. Because I can have multiple cameras.
I thought that was the whole plan.
Well, I didn't think I thought with me being there and you guys watching, I didn't think you'd want to watch. You know what I mean? But
No, 100%. I want to watch you get drunk and talk to Jong while he's drunk. Of course, I want that.
Okay, so everyone wants me to broadcast it because the party starts at the time we normally do our show, 6 o'clock. You know. Oh my god!
And we'll do it. Hey, we'll make it like a drinking game. So we'll set it up where we'll create rules, and everyone's taking a shot when something happens. We'll define what it is.
Everybody has to take a shot every time the word experience is used.
Oh my god, yes! Every time Jog's... Okay, so next week we're going to party, not just here, but everywhere, all around the world, baby. Wherever you're at, I want you to have your liquor ready, your shots ready. Every time Jog says experience, you got to take a shot. You got to take a shot. You know what I mean? We're going to do it. We're all going to do it. Okay, you know what? You guys, you got me pumped up, got me fired up. We're going to do it next week. Next Friday, the Super GameRoom Dudes is going to live broadcast.
Live from Chicago!
Yes, the iArcade party. We're going to have drunk P-Dubs, drunk Jong, playing, I don't know, games about dragons. I don't know.
Now what if P-Dubs is a naked drunk?
Oh,
that's
I'm
fine
not the
too.
naked
You know?
drunk.
That's fine too.
I'm not the naked drunk. I am the slap.
Where's your
drunk.
sense of adventure, P-Dubs?
I'm the slap happy drunk. All right, guys, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for you. So, guys, make sure you're here next week, and we'll do that.
Oh, that's right, Nolan. Somebody said you can't tell Jong that that's the plan. It's got to be a surprise.
Jong watches the show. Jong is also a member of my channel. Jong joined the Loft Army. Woo!
Ooh.
Is awesome. Jong is great. He just wants to support everybody. You know what I mean? He's great. He's a good guy. Hopefully,
I think that would be really funny to watch you and I want to see you and him go shot for shot.
Oh,
just a
I'd
few
win.
drinks. Just
I'd
a few
win.
drinks.
I think Sling Spay has a good point. I might just meet you out there.
You should come, bro.
Well, where
It's
is
not
it
that
again?
far.
Chicago. It's like
Chicago.
5 hours.
What do you think? You think I can sneak across the border without getting
Dude,
killed?
how about we all go? What if all of the Game Room Dudes were in Chicago next week in Jong's office? What do you guys think?
I'll end up in jail trying to get across the border.
Oh, come on. Bring your passport. You'll be fine.
No, that's actually not how that works. Unfortunately, not with these regulations that our government has in place.
Well, you can get here. You just wouldn't be able to get back.
I don't think I could even get there.
Look at
you
Steve
can't.
right here.
You think
What if Jong was drunk, yelling at the top of his lungs? It's all about the experience. That would be hilarious. No, I'm not gonna wear a 1-Up shirt there.
Let us in the back door. We got fish beef on.
We're in
He's-
Chicago.
you got-
What neighborhood? Their office is in the Skokie area, so they're in Skokie, north suburbs. P-Dubs. Oh my god, I'll keep letting people in. Jong will be like, 1, 2. There's more than 10 here, P-Dubs. Who's gonna go on a beer run? Oh my goodness. All right. What if Jong and I got drunk and we took a 5-hour Uber to Detroit Love's house?
That would be a really boring live stream.
No, we would just record it when we get there.
No,
We're not gonna live stream. We're not gonna live stream the entire cab ride.
Yes,
Well, then
you should.
You
What
have
if it-
to.
Do your
What are
own
you,
episode
nuts?
of Taxi Cab Confessions.
P-Dubs, Jong, and Barrett would be These Company reboot. That'd be hilarious. Rocket 2 Live Crew t-shirt, P-Dubs. Yep. So yeah, I'm excited about going home. I miss Chicago. I'm going to visit friends, family, all that stuff. And while I'm there, we're going to have fun with iArcade. And we're going to do a Super GameRoom Dudes live party with Jong and all that stuff. So I might as well tell you guys. I don't care. We're going to play Dragon Gun. That's the game. Dragon Gun. That's the game we're playing.
I don't understand the joke or the question.
Okay.
He didn't. It's supposed to be secret.
So then don't tease it. You
I
can't
like-
tease it on our show and then just not tell anybody.
Oh, I told everyone already. I just said we're going to be hanging out in Jong's lair. The lair of iArcade.
Oh, you're gonna play Double Dragon.
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
everyone's been
I got
asking.
it.
They're like,
right on the nose.
They're like, Jong, when are you going to show us how we want to see Gunbird. We want to see we want to see that gameplay. Well, we're going to show it to you guys. Anyway, minus that, guys, I think we pretty much covered everything we needed to cover. We're going to have an awesome episode next week. Make sure you check out Michael B's Halloween video dropping this weekend. And I'll not be doing a lot of videos over the next few days because I'll be traveling. So you guys finally get a break from me, which is great.
About time.
Yeah. And Nostalgia is going to just keep on hacking whatever he can hack. He hacked, because that's what you do, bro.
That's all I do. That's pretty much all I'm worth. I'm just a hacking guy.
As always, guys, we appreciate your support. Thanks as always for tuning in. Hit those
And
subscribe
until
buttons.
next time, guys, we'll see you on the web.
On the web.